Our next guest is taking home wins on the digital courts and creating content around 2K. Renee, welcome to 2K TV.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, LD.
Absolutely. We're excited to have you, and I was excited to see your build in NBA 2K. So let's start with that. What was the feeling like for you when 2K reached out and told you that you're going to have a build featured in the game?
It was actually surprising.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Derek Lively. Kyrie Irving is out there with Thompson. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. And for the Heat, we've got Tyler Hero. Also Mitchell out there, and it's Anderson in at the 4-man position. How many games do you need to play, Greg, before you know who you are as a team?
I think you basically know already your identity, the pace you want to play at, obviously the development of the younger guys, and your chemistry is always ongoing.
From past the arc, good on the triple. Anderson's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Heat.
He's a very picky three-point shooter. Anderson only takes those when he really thinks it's a sure thing.
Anderson with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Thompson outside. Knocked away. Here's Hero with the drive.
Well, there he is showing off his speed. Hero cuts to find the basket.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Slow and steady. Anderson just goes about his business.
And Stan, it seems like time and again, the Heat uncover those hidden gems, turning unknowns into big contributors.
That's one of the things they do best, Kevin. The list of names like that is long, but look no further than Udonis Haslem, whose jersey they retired last season. Their hard work culture seems to breed those kind of success stories. Well, look, this is how you want to start every game. 5 for 5. Come on.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. What you got for us, DA?
Well, Kevin, I did speak with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop them. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Mitchell against Irving. On the wing, Thompson. Five to shoot. They need this. Miami grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
No, you're not going to lose many games shooting the percentage they did. That takes a disciplined effort.
For Dallas, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Moving against Mitchell. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. Yep, it counts. Mitchell's got 8 points. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Good on the three-point shot.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And the Mavericks call time here. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And there were a few teams that gave them trouble last year, but this team was one that you wouldn't have expected.
Chance here to check out some stats for Klay Thompson. On defense, the Heat. Pass to Lively. Outside, Davis. They could use a bucket. Tries again. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Miami leading by 21. Driving in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Thompson outside. And it's Miami with the rebound.
Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Shots good by Hero.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Irving against Mitchell. Irving passes to Thompson. Wants to get it to Lively and does.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Highsmith's shot is good.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Up top, Lively. Thompson outside. Mitchell against Irving. Pass to Lively. 6 on the shot clock. In transition, here comes Miami. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, following the score by Miami. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
A different look for Dallas. P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Derek Lively. Dante Exum comes in for Klay Thompson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Irvin. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Mitchell wide open. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mitchell's got 13.
Dare I say he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
Washington. And that time, also a missed shot. Here's Highsmith. Can't connect from long distance. And so it's Miami up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We come back right after this. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Well, their defense was incredible. Wreaking havoc and coming up with steals left and right. Just a tremendous effort.
Hey, Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Dante Exum. And there's Davis. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Jovic. And the Heat, another 3.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Dinwiddie finds Davis. And they double up Davis. 6 to shoot. They swipe it. And here again, the Heat in transition. At the court they go.
No hesitation. He just takes off and takes it the distance.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
It's Davis on the wing. Back to Dinwiddie. Passes it to Marshall. Inside, here's Washington. No good again that time.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Here's Highsmith. 11 points in the game. Jaquez can't hit. And so Marshall will bring it up for Dallas. In the second quarter, held scoreless. No good with the layup.
those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Jaquez has gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at punting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Deep 2 from Robinson. Again, the Heat, good for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Heat with some changes. Ware's checked in, and Hero subbed in for Davion Mitchell. Then for the Mavericks, Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Marshall. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. On the wing, Thompson. Jaquez defending. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Washington. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Robinson for 3. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, this is Robinson at his best. He can really do damage off the catch.
They get a hand on it. Here's Irving. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Outside, Hero. Lets the 3 fly. And again, Miami with the triple.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Stolen by Robinson. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Count the basket. Robinson's got 7.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
And again, Miami with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Irving. His offensive numbers jump right off the screen at you. He's averaging over 29 points a game. Now, here's Exum. Jaquez defending. Just 5 on the clock. In transition, here comes Miami. The tray. On the wing, Jaquez. And the Heat, another 3.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Jaquez has gotten 2 of his 3 attempts to fall from beyond the arc. Poke loose. 46 seconds left here in the second. Count it. Good. Robinson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
The pass to Ware. Jaquez with the ball. He's covered by Thompson. And the Heat, another
settled into this game. You can see the offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, and that is key for them, continuing to build out this lead.
Irving finds Davis. Thompson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. All by himself. Here's Ware. And that one is stuffed right through.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And so it's the Miami Heat able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. It is Bedlam here. The hometown crowd loving that first half. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about Miami as the game got going. They ended up scoring 14 unanswered points, really doing damage early. The effort, the intensity, impressive. At the end of the first quarter, they found themselves way out on top. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play. Helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, let's get your take on Miami.
They played smart, they took their time and limited mistakes. When you value each possession, you eventually will get the shot you want. But when you lose the ball, you have no control over the destiny.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
It's their defense that's put them in this spot. Giving up easy looks all over the place. It's like they don't have even a game plan in place. Check out the field goal percentage that they've allowed. Well, that's not going to cut it, honey. I don't even want to talk about it no more.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Davion Mitchell has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
Well, when you've got a player with the energy and athleticism he has, it can make for a big night when he gets it going.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Wing pairing will be Hero and Jaquez Jr. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Mitchell. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. And it's the Heat on the break. Anderson with the ball. Picked up by Thompson.
And how about the pressure they're able to now start to apply, taking advantage of every miscue.
Irving double team. Outside, Davis. Over to the wing. Here's Marshall. Second shot opportunity. Pass to Lively. Tipped away. Stolen by Hero. And here again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. Again, the Heat. Good for 2.
3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Now here's Davis. Still yet to score. Irving passes to Davis. Clock at 6. Knocked loose. Stolen by Mitchell. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Lively against Jaquez. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Ball violation. It'll be a jump ball. Southall.
And it's the Heat with the ball. Here's Miami now. They've got an 8-0 run. For 3, Mitchell. And the Heat, another 3.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Poked away. Jaquez with a wide open look. And again, Miami with the triple.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Irving with it. And Jaquez picks him up defensively. Pass to Davis. At the top of the key, Marshall. 5 on the clock. Here's Thompson. And Ware pulls it down.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. And there's another one for the Heat.
This strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Irving passes to Lively. Second chance shot. Rebound by the Heat. Outside, Hero. And the Heat, another 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Here's Davis. Dallas again missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want enforcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Can they get it? Out to Thompson. Passes it to Marshall. Lively inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And looking at the Blazers matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Now Irving, after Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. There's the pass to Davis. Irving against Jaquez. Irving passes to Davis. Here's Lively. Dallas, no good that time either.
This has not been his quarter so far. He needs to find a way to get going here.
Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Both teams deciding to change it up. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
Pass to Christie. Back to Dinwiddie. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Hero. By himself. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. 1 second left. That one, no good. And so it's Miami with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
We're not talking to each other. Offensively or defensively, let's talk.
And Coach Jason Kidd citing one of the things that can happen over the course of an evening, a breakdown in communication.
And the problem is, even in a league of superstars, this is ultimately a team game. You have to work together to succeed.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Stolen by Robinson, and so Miami again turning it over. So with Davis sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd right now. Exum is out there with P.J. Washington. Then there's Christie. Then there's Powell. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Here's Exum. It's rebounded by Jovic. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. Shoots the 3. Hits it from three-point range.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Here's Dallas. Rozier with the steal. Kicks it to Love. Launches a 3. That's good. And it's Rozier with the assist. Love's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on defense.
And it's a great finish!
Oh, my gosh.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by your AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And the Mavericks with possession here. That's tipped and stolen by Love. That's a 2 from Rozier. Yes, that goes in. And it's 7 points for Terry Rozier.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And there it is again. They get careless with the basketball, and immediately it costs them.
Now, here's Exum. He's covered closely. Rozier with the steal. Oh, and here comes Rozier all alone. And they pick up 2.
The lightning quickness of Rozier, proving how dangerous he is when the break is on.
Knocks it loose. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. Lays it in off the breakaway. Rozier's got 13 points now in the quarter.
A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
And here's Love for three. And the Heat, another three.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Robinson for three. Good for the fifth time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
Love with the bucket.
Kind of an underrated athlete. Love has some good straight line speed, which we get to see in transition.
With the shot. And another basket for Miami.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
To the inside. Here's Powell. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Rozier for three. And the Heat, another three.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
For three, Love. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 3 assists now in this one.
2 minutes.
Takes the 13-footer, and there's another one for the Heat.
And this is vintage Love we're seeing right now. He's simply dominating on offense.
Here's Dinwiddie. Misses in close. And here are the Heat now. Here in the fourth quarter. Their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Down low. And the rejection by Love.
Known primarily for his offense and rebounding, Love has the anticipation skills to make plays at the defensive end. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Heat.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davion Mitchell.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Washington against Love. Shot clock at 5. Here's Exum. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Mavericks ball. Substitution on the court.
Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. Off target. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Tyler. They're a good road team, but you guys got a good win at home and took care of business on the home floor.
Yeah, we had to be locked in. We know how good they are. They come in every time we play them with a lot of energy, a lot of focus. So come in here, we got to get stops. We know how tough they are. Make a couple of shots, and get out of here with the W.
Hard fought, but well earned. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.